Coming up on First at 4, Hunter Biden makes a rare public statement ahead of a House impeachment inquiry vote for his father. And another fight on abortion rights in Arizona may bring back a total ban on abortions there.
Plus, dry weather will continue, but some changes are possible by this weekend. Your forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the House is set to vote on formalizing an impeachment inquiry into President Biden today. If approved, they would move toward investigating his family's business dealings, including those of his son Hunter Biden, who has been under fire since 2020. The Republicans on the House Oversight, Judiciary, and Ways and Means committees have been working to get the impeachment inquiry rolling for months. Hunter Biden himself gave a statement earlier about the investigation into his father due to his issues.
Let me state as clearly as I can. My father was not financially involved in my business, not as a practicing lawyer, not as a board member of Burisma, not in my partnership with a Chinese private businessman, not in my investments at home nor abroad, and certainly not as an artist. During my battle with addiction, my parents were there for me. They literally saved my life.
Hunter Biden has defied a congressional subpoena to appear privately for a deposition before Republican investigators. Biden says that he only wants to testify publicly so Americans can see their tactics. A Pulaski County man who police say was on the run after the murder of 2 members of his family and the attempted murder of a third answered to those charges this morning. The indictment against Austin Prather was read this morning in circuit court. Police say they have evidence that Prather murdered his father and grandfather and tried to murder his grandmother on November 7th. According to the indictment, Prather is also charged with robbery.
I just want to orally move to preserve any evidence that may exist at a lab or anything else, and he is invoking his right to not speak to any more law enforcement.
Prather also said he did not want to speak to us when we called the jail to see if he would like to share his side of the story. He'll be back in court February 8th. We'll have more on the case coming up tonight at 6. Now to another legal fight over abortion, this time in Arizona. That state Supreme Court began hearing arguments yesterday in a case that could reimpose an abortion law from nearly 160 years ago. It would ban almost all abortions there, with exceptions only to protect the woman's life or health. CBS's Janet Shamlian has more on the case.
I'm happy to walk through with the court how all these laws fit together.
Anti-abortion advocates opened arguments in front of Arizona's Supreme Court Tuesday, hoping to reinstate an 1864 law, a near-total abortion ban in the state, without exceptions for rape or incest. The point of contention, whether that Civil War-era law should supersede a less strict 15-week ban, signed last year by then-Governor Doug Ducey, a Republican. Democrat Chris Mays is the Arizona Attorney General.
This specific case is about the need to ensure that women aren't saddled with an 1864 law that was passed before Arizona was a state, before women had the right to vote.
The Arizona case came a day after the Texas Supreme Court denied Kate Cox's request for a medical exception to its near-total abortion ban, even though her fetus had a likely fatal genetic condition. Her lawyers said carrying it to term could have hurt her chances for pregnancy in the future. Cox ultimately left Texas to get the procedure.
What we're seeing in states throughout the country is that laws that have an exception for the life and health of the mother are extremely problematic for providers.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
And it forces women to go to court to ask if their doctor's advice can be followed and if they can obtain an abortion.
Janet Shamlian, CBS News.
We are tracking some more fantastic weather across the mountains on this Wednesday afternoon. Let's take a live look across the region from the WYMT studios to the London Corbin Airport, also to Buffalo Mountain and I-64 over in Rowan County. You can see nothing but blue sky and sunshine across our region as high pressure is once again the big story on this Wednesday. Temperatures in the upper 40s in the Big Sandy Valley to the middle 50s close to I-75, up to 54 in Somerset, also 54 in Williamsburg, 50 in Jackson, 47 over in Pikeville. So a little bit cooler in the Big Sandy Valley this afternoon. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler, a clean sweep also continues. And again, that is all thanks to high pressure. And this weather system will sit here for several more days. Some more dry weather on the way on Thursday, also on Friday, and to kick off the weekend. But we are watching out for possibly a few changes as we go into your Sunday. But until then, some more nice weather is on tap if you have those plans this evening. Once again, be sure to grab the jacket. Those temperatures are cool once the sun sets, back in the middle to upper 30s this evening, and some upper 20s and lower 30s as you wake up on Thursday. So we are tracking some more chilly weather, but again, some more fantastic weather on Thursday, Friday, but timing out those rain chances later this week in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Back in September, more than 50,000 Chuckle and Roar Ultimate Water Beads activity kits were recalled after a 10-month-old child died from swallowing one of the beads. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the tiny, absorbent, expanding toys can cause life-threatening intestinal blockages and other injuries if ingested. Alyssa Byers' son James inhaled a stray water bead last summer when he was just 18 months old, which obstructed his left lung.
We brought these products into our home thinking that they were safe, thinking that they were educational, thinking that they were a great sensory toy. Who would have thought they would get aspirated into a lung, and grow?
The Consumer Product Safety Commission says more than 7,000 visits to emergency rooms from 2016 to 2022 were related to water bead incidents. The Hazard Police Department took students out for a holiday shopping spree today. Police officers were accompanied by eager kids in Walmart. HPD was awarded grant money to participate. Each kid was allowed to spend up to $150. Hazard Police Chief Darren Williams says they went through toy aisles, clothing aisles, and more.
We're doing Shop with a Cop today. We've got 20 children from Roy G, Eversole, and we have 10 from there and 10 from middle school. And we're just bringing them all out to get some toys and clothes for the holidays.
Williams says this is the first Shop with a Cop they have gotten to do since he became chief. We'll have more on what it means to police and the children coming up tonight at 6. But next here on First at 4, we see the aftermath one Tennessee family is facing following those deadly tornadoes over the weekend.
Plus, more sunny weather is on the way as we end the work week. Your First Alert forecast coming up.